Hey, look, somebody. Hi. I'm going to just kind of give it a little moment. Violin Zivana. Is that an X? M Freak. MK Freak, sorry. Rise Sterlingite. C Greg, what's up? What's up? What's up? Picture Disc Man. Love it. Just a Sterlingite. All right. Hey, look, some human beings. I wasn't sure if anybody would come. I still would have done it, even if nobody came, because that's what I do all day long anyways. Nice. All right. Wave. All right. My name is Kit. You probably know me as the keyboardist for Lindsey Stirling, but I also write some songs and such on my own. So you might ask yourself, Kit, why are you doing this? And I say, I don't know. Everybody else is doing it, so I'm going to try to do it. You know? Oh, Rachel, I'm good. How are you? How are you? How are all of you? Weird times, huh? Miss y'all. Usually we get to see you a little more often. Yeah. Oh, wow. Some people joining. So today, I'm just going to act like an idiot and hope that you get amusement out of it. You know, things like make a joke. Oh, that kid really cracks me up, you know, that kind of stuff. Gonna have a few guests on. Hopefully they'll crack you up too. I'm gonna play you some music, and if you have questions, throw them out. Skulls for life! Real Mike Holman. In college, after I decided to quit baseball, trying to pursue it for reals, I joined a fraternity adult league in San Diego. And I was in pretty decent shape, so for like 2 seasons, I kind of dominated. Mike, you can back me up there. Yeah, I kind of dominated. It was fantastic. These scars, can you see these scars right here? This is what ended my baseball career, but it's still pretty fun to go out there on Sundays. And that's living in the dorms. See, Saturday nights in the dorms and trying to go out 8 a.m. on a Sunday. That was interesting. It got pretty interesting pretty quick, but skulls, man. I'm happy you're good too, Rachel. I hope you all are good. Drew's not here yet, but I'll tell him you said hi when he comes on. Yeah, man, told him. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mike, I was also a great hitter. So, look, if you have any requests, you want to throw them out, I'll try to play them. I'm actually the worst jukebox ever because I never really learned songs. I would just sit at the piano and make up stuff. That's what I like to do. So I'm horrible. But hi from France. Oh, cool. Drew is here, but he's silent for the moment. We'll let him talk later. That's kind of how I work. So I keep him quiet for a little while and then bring him out. You know. But I don't know. I'll play a couple songs and then talk and just be goofy. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free. I'm gonna get this out of the way. I have a new song out. It's called "Stare Into the Sun." It's by Moonlit Kit. So I'm just gonna play a little bit of it. You can go listen to it on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever. The cheap train started boarding. It was over then. There was no further retorting. I couldn't win. If you never saw a jit drop, you'd have a new outlook. Instead of serving a new army hammer and hook. Would you do anything to ever sleep at night? Well, something was telling you everything. Well, you're right. Would you do anything to ever sleep at night? Well, something was telling you everything. Well, you're right. Stare into the sun. Does it lead you home? Does it lead you home? If the moment never comes, do you feel alone? Do you feel alone? That's it. That's all I'm gonna play. You get the idea, right? That's a song. That's a piano. That's me singing. Yeah. Oh wait, sorry. I gotta make myself feel better. Yeah, thank y'all. Oh yeah. Thank you. It's my song. Stare in the Sun. Long time coming. Wrote it a long time ago. Glad to. Did you stare into the sun while making Stare into the Sun? Okay, that's enough. Jeez. I advise you to never stare into the sun. I guess that maybe is the the thesis of the song is just don't stare into the sun. It's not going to lead you home. There's no way. Who's my favorite Beatle? Oh, man. It depends on the day. I could go for all three of the Beatles. Okay, we're just kind of like Ringo. You know, nobody's going to pick a Ringo, right? So I could pick any three of them on my particular day. I'd have to say, in the end, probably Paul, only because, you know, I've seen him like 4 times. And I don't know. He just writes some freaking great songs like this one. Such good piano parts, and I don't know, so I love him, I guess, the most. Is that a question in German? Because I don't read German, unfortunately. Nashville's great. It's like finally spring here. For the first time in my entire life, I got like a winter. Like I looked outside my window in the house I live in, and it was snowing one day. That flipped me out. I grew up in California. That doesn't happen, so that was pretty dang cool. Some applause, some hearts, things. You know what? I like whoever coded this Instagram live thing on Instagram. I'm gonna have to give you some props because if you press the heart once, they send like 1 million hearts up. It makes me feel like there's like a ton of people. Oh, crowd cheering noises. You're right. Lady Madonna. Give it up for Paul McCartney, everybody. Paul McCartney. Did you know Felba? I never met Felba, and that's okay. I don't know if anybody needs to meet Felba. You know what I mean? I was at Target shopping one day, and I heard she was there. Actually, there was some commotion, and there was security called. It was weird. It was weird. Hi C Dot. Hi Martin. Hi ZR626. Y'all are awesome. Oh, Thomas and Camus Dragon. I'm gonna say these names wrong. You guys have some fun names. Mine's just my name. Actually, it's not my real name. I'm not going to tell you what my real name is, but Kit, isn't it? So when are you going to actually win at Roundtable Rival? I win every single time. Have you not seen the show lately? I end like over the top because I win. I win. Soul Sterling, I'm good. I'm good. A lot of Lindsey fans on here, which makes sense. But maybe I'll play a Lindsey song later. I don't know. I didn't practice any, but played them a lot. Maybe I can make some stuff up. What was the first song you ever wrote? That's a great question. I actually wrote a song when I was probably 11, before I knew how to play guitar or anything. And it was called Reflection in the Mirror. It was a blatant ripoff of Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror. Because I didn't know how to write a song, so I just wrote the same song, but changed a word. And I thought, hey, I wrote a song. So yeah, that was my first one. Play Little Ways. Oh, I will play Little Ways. That'll come, yeah. What about a Moonlit Kids tour? Well, not a whole lot of touring going on at all right now, so, you know, we'll see. But that would be fun. That would be fun, Carson, for sure. I think, what time was it? Yeah, I think we could bring on a little guest. Let me see if he did the right thing here. Wait, how I pressed a button? Is it this one? Oh, yeah. All right. So, actually, speaking of Moonlit Kit, the one of the lead singers, we kind of had 2. I wasn't one of them. I am kind of now. But one of them was named Ryan. And Ryan... Let's give it up for Ryan. Come on, Ryan. Where you at?
What's up? Can you see my video?
Michael Jackson cover? Oh, I don't know if I remember any Michael Jackson covers. Here we are cheering, waiting for Ryan.
Can you not see me?
I can't see you, but I can hear you, which is really what matters here.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well,
yeah. Hey, Ryan, how you doing? While you figure it out,
what's up, everybody?
Tell me some really funny things. Like, just be hilarious.
Tell you some really funny things.
Yeah.
You know what?
Can y'all hear Ryan?
What have I been writing? Oh man, I'm going crazy writing a bunch of stuff. I will say a nice little silver lining is that I've been able to be really active creatively. Although I do feel like a little bit like an animal in a cage. I'm at the point where I'm going on runs even though I don't like to run. So I'm making the best of it.
Well, that doesn't seem like an animal in a cage if you're going for runs. I don't think they allow animal in cages to go for runs.
That's true. So technically, I guess it's not that bad.
That's not too bad at all. They all can hear you. They're telling me they can hear you, but they can't see you.
Yeah. Well, everyone's missing out if they can't see me.
I know, you probably did your hair up. I bet you're wearing a Hawaiian shirt of some sort.
It is a whole look, and no one's gonna get to see it.
I know, you always wear I bet you're wearing some sweet boots right now. Describe your boots.
My boots, they are tan, brown, leather, and lambskin. They are Chelsea boots that I found when I was walking around a farmer's market, and I could not pass them up.
Wow.
I'm a sucker for Chelsea
game
because
always
I can't find my shoes very well.
Point. Man, still nothing we can do about that video, huh?
I don't know. Try inviting me again. I joined, but then it looks like on my end I'm just a still frame.
Let's try one more time.
All right.
Uh-oh. I think you might get removed, Ryan. Uh-oh. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Is he still here? All right, we're going to try again. You gotta love live, don't you?
Okay. Any luck?
It's still the spinning wheel.
Well, that's a shame.
Well, this will be like a radio call-in, I'll be like Bobby Bones or something.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in an episode of Frasier now.
Hey, look, Papa Gallo Grigio, sorry, it's too hard to say, really wants to see you.
Oh, man.
What about going to Russia again? We can talk about Russia a little bit later. Ryan, did you release something pretty, not too long ago, didn't you?
Yeah, actually, I put out an EP a few weeks ago. It's called Fines. It's self-written. I was able to make it with the help of some very talented friends, even though it is under just my name. It feels more like a group effort. Really proud of it. I think people should give it a listen because it's some fun stuff.
Hey, Ryan, so it's Ryan Riveros. The album's called, or EP is called Fines. He actually sent me, it a while ago. Actually, I was on tour, and it sounds so good. I used to, relax to it because it's, super relaxing kind of music. Not like, Enya or something. I mean, maybe kind of like Enya. I don't know, but I don't think it's that much like Enya.
No, it's
probably nobody on here even knows what Enya is anymore. It's probably completely outdated. But Enya was this who can say from in love kind of person. So, Ryan, do you want to play a little snippet of your song, even though we can't see you? I'll just assume you're actually playing live.
You can all just believe me. Well, we got some options here. I actually wanted to show everyone a song I've been working on recently that isn't even on the EP.
All right. I bet they want to hear that.
Yeah, okay. So, this is a song called 1201. It's about missing being a child and growing up and things being simple. There's not really that much to it.
Can't wait.
To that right now. Okay, let me get my guitar all set up. Hey, should be good to go. Let's see.
All right.
You hear me all right?
It's got to kind of come out in a little bit, but let's just hear you start to sing.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
In the churchyard and the alley, we build worlds to rule as we run wild. Through the bougainvillea black streets, growing only younger all the while. In my dreams I run to the end of our childhood street, where we always said we would meet, where we take new names with each note that the robins sing. in a language only we two can speak. That's just a verse and chorus of it.
Dude, sounds awesome. I felt like I should have been dancing or something because I'm the only thing that they can see, but they can hear you. So I didn't know if I should. I never heard the song. I didn't know I was going to try to lip sync to it, but then I didn't know where you're going with it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like Rachel says here. That's why we were like listening to the radio with Kit. You know, it's like we just turn on the radio and we're just jamming. It's like it's like the worst radio promo ever. Like win a chance to just sit and listen to the radio with this touring keyboard player. Yeah. Well, hey, Ryan, Riveros, Vines, so happy you came on. I miss you, man, so much. You're back in LA.
So much.
Miss all the LA people. Ryan does sing nice. Rachel says Ryan sings nice, and you're right.
Thanks so much, Rachel.
And he does a lot of wonderful things. He's playing almost all the instruments on his album. He's a super talented dude. Too talented for me. I had to move away. I felt bad about it. So, but Ryan, I miss you, man. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming on.
Miss you too, dude. Fantastic to see you.
All right, buddy. Talk to you later.
See ya.
Ryan Riveros, everybody. Ryan Riveros. Clap, clap, clap. Oh, yeah. I got it. Yeah, yeah. Is that working? Can you even hear that? It seems so quiet. Oh, so somebody, Net Kit Vosk. Sorry, I don't remember how to say your name. And I remember you though. Before I started with Lindsey, I went to Russia with this little band called, what were we even called? Privet Earth at the time. This guy named Ivan. And it was like really like by the strap of our boots. We literally didn't lay down for the first 60 hours of that trip. We flew for probably 30 of those. And then we sat in a train station for 12. We did not lay down for 60 hours. It was the most tired I've ever been. Then we finally got on a sleeping car train. This is in Russia, from Moscow. We went up to this place called Vologda. And I met, seriously, some of the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life. And we got there about 4 a.m., and we were drinking vodka. Like, I don't know if they actually do that or if they were just, like, playing to the stereotype that we know of them, but it was awesome. It was awesome. We loved it so much. What else you got? Tyler Moon. Interesting. What came first? Guitar or keyboard? I was a keyboard guy. I had a piano. By the way, this is my pride and joy here. This is my U30 Yamaha, 52 inches high. Oh, I love this thing. I spent way too much money on it, but I absolutely love writing on this thing. It's become one of my favorite things. Brought it all the way out from LA. Moved it myself, which might not have been a good idea, but I did. And my wife helped, actually. It was really fun. Packed it in a little pods, you know, those little shipping containers. It was scary, but it made it. It's still here and in fairly good tune. I haven't tuned it since I got out here. So yeah, piano came first. I actually taught myself both guitar and piano. I never really took, well, that's not true. I took about 2 months of lessons when I was 9. I learned, I didn't learn much. And then I would just sit and I would play Beatles. I would just look up Beatles chords and kind of figure them out and figure out how to play them. And I just kind of winged it because I didn't really care because I was a baseball player. So to me, I just wanted to fill up some time at night. How was it coming to Colombia and getting the tour canceled? You know, I think there's somebody else I want to talk to about that. So I think we should bring him on now. I think you know him. Did I not press it? Oh, I bring you on. Add. All right. Nick, that's right. My friend and yours, Mr. Tristan. I've been watching a lot of Conan O'Brien lately, so I'm trying to be like a host. Conan O'Brien. How you doing, buddy? Look at that shirt. Was Ryan wearing that shirt? Was he at your house and you switched shirts?
All right, so before I was actually wearing a Lindsey Stirling shirt, and then when you brought up the thing about his Hawaiian shirt, I was like, oh, okay, I got to put that one on.
That is too perfect. Thanks, man. How you doing?
Good.
How's life out there in LA? Is it still 400 degrees?
No, thankfully. It only got up to like 85 yesterday, so it wasn't too bad.
That's about what it is here, actually, so that's nice.
Yeah. Air quality is back to normal, which means terrible.
So you can't breathe. Great. Who needs breath, right?
We did. and I did a little bit more research on it. We actually did have some of the best. Los Angeles had some of the best air quality of a major city, whatever their criteria is for that, in the world for about 5 days.
Hey, a
And
great
then
5 days. Did you go on a lot of walks with your puppy?
we did, yes.
Where's your
And
puppy? I haven't seen your puppy much.
he, here, I'll just walk over to him. He's, where is he?
While you find him, Jen, I miss touring with you so much. Jen from Evanescence just said that she misses touring with us, and I miss touring with them so bad. That was so much fun.
It was.
That tour with Evanescence was one of my favorites.
It was a pretty sweet one. Yeah, that question that person asked about flying all the way to Colombia and then getting the tour canceled.
Yeah, that's why I thought that was a good time to bring you in. That was an interesting day, wasn't it?
I think from leaving my doorstep in Los Angeles to returning to my doorstep was like 26 hours.
Yeah.
And it was like, leave the doorstep, drive to LAX, fly to Atlanta or wherever we met up, then fly to Colombia. We were in Colombia for like 4 hours.
Yeah. In the airport, which doesn't even count.
Yeah.
We ate a hamburger. You got lost, but we all went and ate hamburgers in Colombia. That's what we did with our 4 hours.
I decided to make a phone call, and you guys went to go find food, and then I just could not find you to save my life.
Yeah. Well, you know how it works on tour. As soon as the herd starts moving, we just go.
Yeah.
If you're left behind, you're left behind.
Yeah. If you don't stay up with the herd, then you're definitely left behind. But yeah, that was a crazy, 24 hours, wasn't it? I mean, like, I mean, I know that we've talked about it, but like, what were your, feelings like as
Basically,
you were doing it?
What it was like putting on like a VR headset, getting in the most uncomfortable chair you can find, sitting there with a VR of like the back of a plane seat for 24 hours in the most uncomfortable seat you could find, and then taking off your VR glasses right where you started. It's like, what happened? What just happened?
Yeah, it was so weird. And I don't know about you, but like whenever we go on tour, my brain switches to like tour mode, not home mode. And so when we left for Colombia, my brain was in tour mode. And even though we were only gone for 1 day, it took me like 5 days, like 4 or 5 days to like get out of tour mode when I got home. Even though it was only 24 hours gone, it was still like I had mentally prepared for what we were doing. So like when I got home, I was like, what's happening? So
you just you kept looking for catering and playing air drums around the house and stuff.
Yeah, and texting Taryn constantly,
Yeah. I did talk to Taryn until quite a bit after, actually. Taryn is our security guard, our good friend. He actually shares a dressing room with Drew and I, so it's kind of the three of us. 2 dudes and Taryn, we call it.
Yeah.
And then eventually 2 dudes and Kit.
Yeah, that's right. So
how have you been spending your days?
That's a good question. I'm usually in between tours. I wake up between like 9:30 a.m. and 11 a.m. These days it's more like 11 a.m. to These days it's more like 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. because it's like still don't really have much to do, and like I've talked to you about this. I decided to start online classes, so I'm super excited about that. That doesn't start for me until June, so I figured like in this time of like isolation, and everybody keeps calling it quarantine. This is not really a quarantine.
It's a strong word. It's a strong word.
That's a very strong word for it. A buddy of mine said, he was like, you're not really in quarantine, and the world's gonna be fine if you can get a banana split delivered to you from Baskin Robbins.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, it's like, I don't know. I just kind of decided, and like, like since I was 22, I've been touring, and so I've just always put like college and that idea out of my head, and I was like, this is the perfect time, man. So
you used to bully me for going to college. I remember. Like, you idiot going to college. What a nerd.
Yeah, why'd you spend all that money? No. No, I get it now. But I mean, other than that, like, we just got the dog like 2 months ago. So,
Right.
kind of raising him and like taking him on walks and like started like minor training and stuff. But like for the most part, it's staying inside or going on walks,
Yeah. Yeah. Me and Drew, we have like the exact same life pretty much. Like we're the only two that pretty much share the exact same life, at least on the road. Because we're both, there's just the two of us up on stage. Everybody else has their own little job. Our schedules are like identical to the minute. We have the same life. I don't know about you. Doesn't it feel weird sometimes when you're sitting at home? And I mean, we could work, when you're at home, I don't know about you, but I feel like I could work at Olive Garden or whatever. It'd be the same life. Just because, as cool as it is when we're on stage, when we're off stage, it's absolutely just a normal life. Do you ever think about like some of the things you've gotten to do, like when you're just sitting at home, like, I don't know. I just find it so weird. Like to put I feel the same I always did. Like when I worked at Olive Garden, I didn't tour as early as you, so this could be part of why I feel this way. But for a long time, I worked at Olive Garden. I worked, Lyft. I did whatever. And I feel exactly the same. And then I think about like the things I've gotten to do. Like I've been on a Conan O'Brien kick lately, just watching a bunch of Conan O'Brien stuff. And then I think we were on his show. Like that's just the strangest thing to me, because I feel when I'm sitting at home like I'm still just that like guy working at Olive Garden or wherever, and just
I mean,
you ever sit and think about that?
In a sense, I feel like I kind of still am in a way, like literally doing that kind of stuff. Because, in between some of these tours, like for a while last year, I was teaching at a school of rock,
Right.
and like those, I had like 6-year-olds to like 55-year-olds, and they don't know who I am. I'm not anybody, but like they don't know that like I'm a touring musician.
Right.
Like I'm a touring musician. I've been lucky enough to play Red Rocks and Madison Square Garden and like all these television shows. And flip side, like our friend Kevin is a assistant general manager at the Microsoft Theater in LA, and I've been a runner for him over the past year. A couple different times, like grocery shopping for the shows, and it's one of those things where it's like I've headlined this venue like 4 times.
Right.
But,
being a touring musician is like no other job on earth.
It's unbelievable.
It's got a lot of that. You have to have a lot of mental fortitude, I think.
Yeah, but it's also like, in my opinion, the funnest job in the world. It definitely has its downtime, like you were saying. Like, you and I truly only work maybe about 3 hours a day.
Oh, I maintain we have the easiest jobs on planet Earth. Maybe we shouldn't say that.
Yeah,
we totally do.
Well, but that's also an indication of how much we love what we do.
It's true.
So it's like it is easy for us because of how much we love it. And it's like I like to tell people that all the traveling, all the airplanes, all the airports, the buses, as amazing as the buses are, all that being gone 24/7. That's what I get paid for. I play on stage for free. You know what I mean?
We would, and we did it for free for a long time, and we will still do it for free one day when they stop deciding that we're going to get paid.
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking about the other day. We mentioned Kevin, our friend Kevin McPherson. He's a fantastic bass player, now a manager for Microsoft Theater, or production manager, whatever he does. I toured in a small little band called Sandbox with him, and it was one of those like total typical small van sharing beds at the Days Inn sort of tours. We were all very green. None of us has really toured, but Kevin had just gotten off the Demi Lovato tour. And we used to ask him questions and like look at him like he was a god. He had played the Tonight Show. He had done all these things. And to us was so outside of our conscious. And it got me thinking the other day, like, you did all those things too. Here I am, like, I don't think about that because we just live the same life now. But like, 7 years ago, I would have been like, oh, what is going on? I've got to do this for so long. It's so awesome.
And then you got to know me and you realize it's not that cool.
Right. Took the mystery out of it right away.
Yeah, totally.
Kevin keeps the mystery in.
What?
Kevin keeps the mystery in. Very mysterious guy.
So I've known that guy for, gosh, now it's been 13 years. That's crazy. I've known him for 13 years, and I still only probably know about 10% of him,
I love that. I miss the good old rock thing of have like mystique instead of just like everything you do goes online.
Right. Yeah. It was like to the point where when he got I know we're just now talking about our friend with all these people watching, but it was to the point where he got that Lana Del Rey gig, and he didn't even tell me till like after the first tour. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, he just does it. It's his life. Dude's
Uh,
awesome.
Anyway,
Anybody have any questions for Drew? Or can you see the questions, Drew?
I can. What time is it? It is 12 something in the afternoon in Los Angeles.
Yeah, Drew got up early for this. You should be
I
thankful.
did. I feel like I did, man.
How many alarms did you set today?
I only set one. Like
Wow.
I'm usually pretty good, you know. Over the past 2 years, I've gotten a lot better at waking up to alarms. So I'm not bad. And I actually went to bed at like 2:45 last night. That's been good for me.
So I'm 2 hours ahead of you. We went to bed about the same time.
Oh gee. Oh, okay. Good for you.
I've been falling back into that. So Finish Sterling says you spent a lot of time together on touring. How would you describe each other and Lindsey in 3 words?
Oh. So, okay. I feel like I could almost use a lot of the same words for you and Lindsey. Like for both of you, I'd say tenacious. Oh man, that's a hard one. I'm a terrible interviewee.
I'll do Drew. Drew is loving, most loving person I may have ever met. Careful. He's a very careful man. You know, he's very conscious of how everybody else, how they're getting along. Like, I'll give you an example. We have on our tour bus, it's divided, so there's like a living room in the front, and then everybody sleeps in the back. And Drew, when we're watching like a movie that has a lot of loud parts and quiet parts, when me and him are up at the end of the night, everybody else is in bed, he'll have his hand on the volume the entire movie so that it never gets too loud because he doesn't want to disturb anyone.
Oh.
And then the last one is rocking. Dude's a rocking drummer.
Well, yeah, you for sure are tenacious, stubborn, but also, again, like you know, you have this amazing exterior, but you are one of the most caring people that I know. So caring.
Thank you.
Yeah, and yeah, caring, and also, you know, if I can add a fourth one, understanding. You're a very understanding person. Yeah, I mean,
that's how I make it seem. At least I'm judging hardcore in my brain.
Well, you might be judging, but at least you're still caring about your judgment.
And Lindsey, we don't even need to do it. Everybody knows Lindsey. We could just say all the positive attributes you can say, and they'd all be true.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely tenacious, but also selfless, and just, yeah.
Greatest there is. We don't even need to say it. You all love her. We all love her. That's Lindsey Stirling. You know. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna let you go.
Can I answer one quick drum question?
Heck no. This is my live stream.
I mean, it is.
Go ahead.
It's real quick. I don't learn from sheet music. I just listen to the songs, and I have my own little language of charts that I make out.
Yeah, I'm similar. Pretty much most people in our position are kind of like that at this point, I'd say.
Yeah.
Oh, Alex here. Hey, Alex.
Hey, Alec. Hello.
Hi. All right. What's your favorite place to play, real quick, and then I'll let you go.
My favorite place to play?
Yeah.
I mean,
Somebody asked that.
Like London, man. London is pretty incredible.
This last time in London, we got to play. We were playing acoustic songs from whatever country we were in. So in London, we got to do some like British invasion stuff, and we got to end with "Hey Jude," and we got a few of the crew members to come play some instruments. We played "Hey Jude" like full band, just having the crowd sing "Na Na Na's," and it was the greatest thing in my whole life.
That was pretty incredible. Like, I will say, because we play with an artist that doesn't have a lot of singing going on, it was unbelievable and a different feeling because I haven't had that in forever, to have a crowd singing to the song with you, you know?
It was so nice.
That was incredible. Yeah, I'll quit bogarting your live stream here, but thank you for having me. I had a blast, man.
We should do another one unannounced sometime and just talk about tour, and whoever gets to tune in tunes in.
Hey, I love talking about myself. It's great.
I know, right? All right, man.
These things are, man.
I know.
All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna watch the rest, so don't disappoint me.
That's all I do. So if that's why you're here, you might as well log on. All right, buddy. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
See you later.
Bye. That was Mr. Drew Steen. He also drummed with Moonlit Kit when we were kind of playing more together when I didn't move away. Take care, Drew. Bye, Drew. Drew will read all these. He's going to watch. He can't help it, you know, because he knows you're going to talk about him, so there's no way he could log off now. All right. I've got a few more requests. Maybe. I got one other planned guest that I'll bring on a little bit. But, all right, somebody wanted Little Ways. I'll play it on this little guy. This is a guitar ukulele. Ooh. This was given to me by Miss Lindsey Stirling, and Yamaha gave it to her, but she doesn't know how to play it, so she gave it to me. Then we did a video. There's a video on YouTube where the two of us play this kind of version of Little Ways with this little guitar ukulele. I didn't have to relearn an instrument, but it kind of sounds like a ukulele. It's the greatest thing ever. It's a war if you know where to look. See the bait, but you won't see the hook. There's a time when we all must decide who's in charge of me come alive. 'Cause you and I can change the world, even if somebody's richer than you. And I can change the world, even if someone's that quicker and take my hand and don't let go. Don't show that fear on your face, 'cause you and I can change the world in all of its own ways. That'll be all. Just doing little parts right now. Woo, Little Ways, oh my God, Little Ways. Little Ways. It's also a song I wrote a long time ago that I really enjoy playing that one a lot. A few more questions, and then I'm going to bring on someone else, and then might bring on somebody else if they're still there, because there's a person I didn't plan on who's wanting to be in, and I really want to bring on. You know who you are. I sing very nice, Kit. Thank you so much. I will never claim to be a great singer or the greatest singer in the world, but I was once one of the worst singers in the world, and that's no joke. And I've spent probably more time, I've definitely spent more time on studying vocals and getting as well as I can, and now teaching others to do the same, because I'm a vocal nerd. I'm so into it. I love it, and I've seen the improvements in my own voice. So I really appreciate you saying that. It probably means more to me than anything else, because piano came pretty naturally to me. And again, I'm not the best piano player by any means. I'm no Lauren Gold. You guys don't know who he is, but he plays for the Who, and he's awesome. I'm decent on piano, and I never really had to try that much, but vocals did not come naturally to me. So really appreciate that. You ever tried playing the violin? Yeah, when we used to do meet and greets, and I used to take the stuff you wanted signed, I would always try to play the violin, at least, like pluck it or something. I didn't have a bow. I can't bow. There's no way I can bow. But I have a mandolin here that's tuned the same, so I kind of knew some chords, and so I would do that. So I want to see if I can find some older songs. What was my first professional gig? Oh, so the first real professional thing I did, I got a chance to play in the studio with a guy named Jack Knight Fleet, who's a producer, good friend of mine as well. I was teaching his kids at the time, actually. He's a producer. He's done all Snow Patrol stuff. He's done REM, did REM's last record. He's done some U2. He's done some Killers. I mean, anyone in that kind of world, he's probably worked with them. He worked with Taylor Swift, One Direction, all that kind of stuff. And he's working with a guy named Robbie Williams. If you guys know who Robbie Williams is, he's one of the biggest stars in the world. But in America, for some reason, people don't really know him. I don't know how he is outside the UK and such. But he had a song in 2012 called Candy, which actually went to #1. And I got to play piano on that. And I've never done anything like that. Jack and I took a total flyer on me. It was such a weird little piano part. So I was sent the MIDI track. MIDI is when you program it on the computer. And he just sent me that MIDI track with no reference whatsoever, and it doesn't make any sense outside context. It sounded like this. It's like, what? It doesn't make any sense. He's like, can you play it? I'm like, sure. And then in my head, I'm like, no way I'm going to play that. But hey, if somebody asks you to do something, you just kind of push down your fears and you just give it a try. So I learned it the best I could at home. He sent me it the night before. I only had one night to work on it. And I came in the next day all these, you know, really fantastic high-end studio people, green old me, never done anything, wasn't even sure I was good enough to be a piano player or anything. And they had actually tried this with one other like huge session piano player name, and he just couldn't do it. It just wasn't within his kind of skill set. And so I put on the headphones, I sat at a piano that looked a lot like this one actually, and I just started playing it, and with Jackknife's brilliant production, it all made sense. I got it. And I nailed it. Yeah, I pretty much nailed it, and it was awesome. I'll never forget. I came into the control room afterwards, and one of the hugest producers out there, Jackknife Lee, looks at me and he said, "That was amazing." He's Irish. That was my attempt at Irish. And then that changed everything for me. At that moment, it's like, wow, I can do this. And then the song went #1, sold millions and millions. And I never got to hear it on the radio until we were in Brussels. We were going into the city from our venue, our hotel, or wherever, and we were in the lift, and I heard that. I flipped out. If y'all seen That Thing You Do, it was kind of like when they first heard their song on the radio, except I wasn't mailing anything. I was in the car. You'll know if you've seen the thing. So anyways, that was kind of how I got my start. So I've heard of him. Yeah, he's huge, and he's great. He's a really cool guy. He used to just ride around on skateboards. I remember watching him record. He used to use a microphone, SM7B. It's one of those little microphones you've seen probably before. It's like black, and it doesn't pick up a whole lot of ambient sound. And so he used to just walk around outside, just recording vocals with that little SM7B. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. And then anybody else? Oh, hey Monique, how you doing? Good to see you. Craziest fan encounters? We don't really have too much crazy fan encounters. The only thing I can say, the only one I remember, because I can generally walk around before a show in the lobby. Nobody knows who I am, which is totally fine. I wouldn't know who I was either. But after the show in, the first time we went to Bogota, I believe, Colombia, it was like we were the Beatles or something. And it wasn't even, Lindsey wasn't even there. She had vamoosed already. It was just kind of like Drew and I and whatever. And they were like crowding around the van, and we were just like, what? Wow, that's awesome. But unnecessary, but awesome. Appreciated that. That was awesome. Kid, do you ever wear an Nintendo belt I sent to Lindsey to give to you? I have worn that, yeah. I have. I don't know where it went in this move, but it's somewhere. I guarantee it. We didn't completely unpack yet. It's only been 4 months. Come on. You've talked a bit about piano, but what's your history with the guitar? The guitar, I used to just get, like I said, I was a baseball player, and I would just get super bored with one instrument because I didn't really care. I would go to the piano and play that, and I'm bored. Somebody had a guitar around, I would just learn how to play that. My brother told me to never play his drum set, so of course I jumped on the drum set as often as I could. It's kind of like a Step Brothers sort of situation, if you've seen that movie. And so guitar was just something I just would play, and it's a lot funner to, funner? Is it funner a word? It was more fun. More funner to play guitar on stage than keyboards, only because you can move more. So like Round Table Rivals, great to play. And I do my best on keyboards to jump around. This was a goal of mine, to move as much as I can while still holding on to the 4 keys. But yeah, I recognize you in a heartbeat. All right, well, triathlete, I would think I would recognize you too. Let's see, who else we got here? Oh man. Okay, so I'm bringing on Tyler Moon, but Tyler, you're just gonna have to wait. I got a few VIPs ahead of you. Just a couple. Gonna go with VIP #1 here. Let's see who we got. Who could this be? Who could this be?
What's up?
Lindsey Stirling, how are you?
Oh my goodness, I'm feeling good. I'm looking great. Life is great.
You're feeling good. Are you trying to get me to play Eric Jackson's song right now? Is that what you're doing?
Oh my goodness, nothing makes me happier than the Eric Jackson song. Honestly, that was one of my favorite parts of the show, because I would just get to, so that would happen when I would change costumes, for those of you who maybe were at those shows. Kit would play Feeling Good. And by the way, Kit has an incredible voice. So I think the audience was always kind of shocked, because you just kind of had been back there the whole time playing your keys, and then all of a sudden he starts like singing and wailing on Feeling Good, and Eric Jackson comes out. And I'd be changing my costume, but my the girl, her name is Lindsey, actually, that would kind of help with all the wardrobe stuff. Her and I would just be cracking up backstage every night when you would do that. It's so funny.
Well, what happened one night is something went wrong with your costume, and so I got something in my ears that said I needed to stretch. I needed to stretch out.
Yes.
And we'd never planned for that. You know, we thought we already played for quite a while. Usually you're sitting back there for another minute and a half while we're finishing the song. So we had thought we
Right.
never needed more. And so we're coming out of the big part where Eric dances. He dances so well. If you haven't seen it, you got to look it up. The dude dances like he's going to be on Dancing with the Stars. I'm confident of that. But
I mean, he'll win.
So
I came in second.
he will
Eric will win.
demolish Jordan who, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
so there's part Eric's dancing, me and Drew are going nuts. And then right at the end of that, when we're usually going to go into the big part, I get extend. And so I just told Drew to break it down, and I just started telling the Eric Jackson story out of nowhere on how he got to this point in his life where he's able to just stand on a sign saying, please, standing on stage with a sign saying, please don't leave. You know, that takes a lot to accomplish in life. And so I told his story. And I don't know why you let me do that, because from then on, I just kind of kept stretching it out longer and longer and longer because you gave me the mic for some reason.
It was so fun. The first time, okay, let me tell you guys, the reason he had to stretch was because, I kid you not, I'm getting into my costume and the zipper broke. Like, zipper will not zip up, and Lindsay's trying to pull it up, and then it just like breaks, and we're both like, what do we do? So she grabs some safety pins and is like safety pinning my costume shut. And so Kit's out there just riffing, and I'm like kind of focused on what's happening. We're trying, and then all of a sudden I tune in to like, what is Kit talking about out there? He's telling this hilarious story. And that's one thing I love about live shows, is that when you're in the audience, it's supposed to be this way. We hope that you never know that there's a catastrophe happening. And I'm sure that no one had any idea that anything was amiss. They're just, I mean, the audience was cracking up, and it turned out so good that, I was like, Kit, do that every night. And every night he would tell like some kind of a different iteration of why Eric Jackson is who he is and how he got there. And it was very inspiring, by the way.
It's a tough road. Yeah, it is exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Eric Jackson, you know, you don't just become Eric Jackson, you work. I mean, that's the thesis of most people that get to where that position they're in, is they've worked harder than anybody else, and nobody worked on their sign holding capabilities like Eric Jackson.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't just show up on a stage like that and be able to do what he does. So, you know, there's an inspiring story for you guys. If you want to do something in life, whatever it may be, work towards your dreams.
Yeah, I'd have to say the weirdest parts about touring with you is the occasional times I am on the mic. It's not something I ever expected. Kind of like when you got stuck on your Take Flight platform the very first day of our tour. And it was the very first day of the tour with Evanescence. And Lindsay got stuck. She doesn't have a microphone up there, so I had to go on. And I'm talking, I mean, that was like 13,000 people. And so this guy that nobody has any idea who he is just talking to the audience. Those are the strangest parts for me by far, but they're also really fun.
It was so good. Yeah, because I'm up there. We're halfway through the song, and that lift is supposed to come down. Mind you guys, Kit said it, but it was the first show of a big tour. Like, we're touring with Evanescence. I don't know. At that stage, we're all still getting to know each other. We're all trying to like show like Evanescence, like, hey, look, we're cool. We deserve to be here. It's like our new best friends. You know, you're trying to like be like, hey, we're cool. And then our very first show with them, I get stuck, and everyone was asking about it later, like, did you like seriously actually get stuck up there? So we're all like, dang it, in front of our new friends and 13,000 people. But Kit handled it like a pro, and just the audience was laughing, and he was so funny that
and you were hilarious
genuinely
too.
Were like, well, I mean, I was trying, but I didn't have a microphone. So between the two of us, he would like relay what I was saying. But so many people I saw tweeting or asking, or even the Evanescence crew were like, was that on purpose? Because it was so funny that they thought maybe it was something that we wrote into the show. And we're like, that was definitely not on purpose. I was terrified.
Yeah. Lindsay was out of her mind scared up there. It was funny. I was watching you just get more and more scared as times went on. I was looking up at you. First we're like, oh, stuck. And then you kind of realize, oh, it's not coming down. Now there's ladders. Now this is getting real. And you just started like clutching the bottom.
My security guard was like below me, and he's like, I'll catch you. I'm like, no, absolutely not. I am not jumping.
Yeah, I'm not your 3-year-old, and you're my dad who's going to jump off 4 stairs.
I could just imagine, like, and in my mind, I'm imagining myself jumping off and like landing wrong and like crushing Taryn. Like,
yeah. It's like, I didn't know you were that heavy.
I didn't think you'd really do it.
Oh, my back.
So yeah, I didn't jump. But people still say, like, when at meet and greets and stuff, anytime we're within like an hour of where that show took place at meet and greet, people will be like, I was at the show where you got stuck. It's like a thing. Yeah. So
it is so true about live shows. When things don't go perfectly, I mean, sometimes they can be not so great, but a lot of times they're like the best parts of the show.
It's true. I mean, for us, it switches it up, keeps us on our toes. And honestly, I
Right.
think like people also tell me I was at the show where you dropped your violin. Like I only dropped my violin once, and it was in the first 30 seconds of the show. I dropped
Now we'll add
the violin. Wait, what?
Didn't Addie hit it out of your hands?
Yeah, but it wasn't her fault. I mean,
No, not her fault.
I was too close to her, and she was just doing what she always does, and she threw up her hand, and it just, I mean, actually, it's probably pretty amazing that that's only happened once, because those girls are jumping and kicking and doing what they do, and they, like, keep, like, the corner of their eye looking at me to make sure they don't hit me, and I kind of keep my eye looking at them, so we're working together, but we're all just like, you know, because we're not used to dancing with someone that's got this thing sticking out a solid 1.5 feet everywhere they go.
Always, yeah.
So yeah, Addie and I accidentally kind of just barely, she hit the side of the violin and it just went flying. And she kept dancing, but she said in her mind, she's like, I'm fired.
I'm done. This is it. Longest tenured dancer, but I'm done. Yeah. That's a prerequisite of being a Lindsey Stirling dancer. You can never knock the violin out. Do immediate dismissal.
It's like some artists, you can't look them in the eye, you know, that whole thing. Don't touch my violin. You're down.
Whenever something goes a little wrong with her violin, we always look at the silver lining. Well, it's like, at least people know you're for sure playing live, because some people make the very incorrect accusation that Lindsey doesn't play live, but she always does. And when she drops her violin or gets knocked out, you know it. You know she's playing live.
You know it. It's true. Or like if I break a string, which has happened several times, that's what I always think. I'm like, well, at least they know I'm playing live, like, because it stopped.
Are you still in Missouri?
I am. Yeah, I'm hanging out here in Missouri. I'm actually just working on some little music stuff right now. Got Excalibur in my hand. I got my recording setup, by the way, is so ghetto. Look at this. That's a piece of dental floss that's tied to a thing, like the curtain rod, to like make my little vocal booth stay up. That I have kind of jimmy rigged together. I've got my mic balancing on like in a towel and boxes.
Man, but that's a great mic though, so that helps a lot.
It's a very nice mic. You'd be amazed the sounds I'm creating and capturing here. So
I know.
Stay tuned, peeps. I'm making some tunes.
I mean, some of the best music made right now is made in hotel rooms, and I mean, just all sorts of places. Like the modern recording studio certainly has its place, but there's a lot of music that can be made anywhere, which is such a cool thing.
And it's funny. I used to always think like, no, if you want to make good music, you go to the big studio. And, you know, I've recorded some stuff that was recorded in hotel rooms just because of necessity, because we didn't have any other way to do it. And it sounds fine. You know, it just makes you realize, like, you know what? Use what you got, and it usually can be made just as good. You know?
I mean, it's really all about the performance in the song. I mean, it really is.
True. Yeah.
It's good to remember that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Well, Lindsey, I know you're probably busy, so I'm going to let you go. Thanks so much for jumping on.
Absolutely.
You got the viewership up like 20,000 for me. So.
No, it's always good to see you, and tell Victoria hi for me.
I will. We're going to go on a picnic after this. It's exciting.
Fun.
Maybe
we'll do a picnic. We did one the other day. It's just nice to get out of the house.
We got our first 80-degree here, the whole 80-degree day the whole year so far. So I'm excited.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. Feels nice. All right, Lindsey, thanks so much. Love you. Miss you.
Bye. Love you too.
Talk to you later. But that's Lindsey Stirling, everybody. Did you recognize her? Did you know it was Lindsey? Oh, you did? Oh, amazing. Didn't think that. Somebody wanted me to play Feeling Good, so I'm going to do Feeling Good, and then I'm going to bring on a few more people. I'm just going to do... So this is Eric Jackson. Picture Eric Jackson out there. He's got his sign that says, "Please don't leave." It's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new life. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. It's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new day. And I'm feeling What's Mr. Eric Jackson, everybody? Mr. Eric Jackson. We do that during the show. I don't know why. But we love it. I don't know if people find it funny. I think they do, but we find it hilarious. All right, let's see. I've got a How'd she have to go? All right. I got another little guest here for you. I thought I'm gonna have gin on you. Oh, I saw Kelly.
No. Okay.
Look, Tyler. This is Tyler Moon, everybody, the singer of Little Ways. If you know Little Ways.
Oh boy.
Sorry, Tyler. The viewership, because Lindsey was just on, is now.
Oh, no
But, you
worries, man. No worries. You guys hang out there?
Hey, what rocking guitar do you got there, man? Oh man.
I don't know if the joke is old now, but I did comb my hair today, and I'm wearing one of Ryan's Hawaiian shirts over here.
Yeah. The reason we're all doing this is so that we can get out of pajamas. We've just been in pajamas. I put on a real shirt, although I could probably wear this as a pajama and be just
Hey
fine.
man, I put on pants.
Dude, those pants look good too. I like how tight they are in the buttocks area.
They are snug. You are correct there.
So Tyler must have his wonderful girlfriend Kelly running the cameras for him.
Yeah, that's why it's rotating a lot. Sorry, everyone.
No, it's the most pro thing we've had so far. Tyler is always about the videography. He's a great photographer, so he always knows.
I just want to be prepared, you know.
I don't know why you're holding a guitar though. I wasn't gonna have you play anything.
Oh boy, really?
No, of course we're gonna have Tyler. We cannot go a day without hearing Tyler Moon's wonderful, beautiful, silky voice. You've had to hear me yelling along to the piano, so it's time to hear a real singer. So Tyler, so let me tell you a little bit about Tyler Moon and me. So first of all, he was the very first artist I ever played with when I came to LA. 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago, a decade ago, I met this guy, and he was playing Americana music, and I got to really have a lot of fun on piano. It wasn't so pop-oriented. I got to have a little more fun, a little more bluesy. Really enjoyed it. Became great friends.
Star Wars fan, I see.
What was that, Miss Kelly?
Kelly keeps forgetting. Kelly's my girlfriend. She's on the other side of this. She keeps forgetting we're live.
No, she doesn't. She knows what she's doing. She knows exactly what she's doing. But then we got Moonlit Kit going. Tyler Moon, and then Kit. That's where that all came from. The reason Tyler and Kelly are together is because of Moonlit Kit, because they fell in love during the video shoot. You can go watch the video and see that in action. That's the only reason Tyler was able to finish off his set. But Tyler, at long last, he's been working on music for 27 years, I believe.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. A long time, and he's finally released some music, and it sounds glorious. It sounds so good. A lot of it was recorded at my studio back in LA. Some of it, I know,
definitely want to thank you for that. I also want to thank Ryan for mixing and mastering the songs.
Ryan Riveros, who we had on earlier.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
John Cena, right? That's what everyone's saying. I don't know if you caught that joke earlier in the comments.
I was way over my head. I'm not a smart man, so that kind of stuff goes right over. I like to talk, not listen. Well, since you got your guitar, do you feel like just playing us a little something from? What do you want to play? The single you put out?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I put out a single last month. It's called A Beautiful Mess. I think my lovely assistant here is going to pull up the artwork so I can show you guys. It's available right now.
Look at this professional over here. He's so prepared. Who is that?
Yeah. Okay, so it's on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. Tyler Moon. Song is called A Beautiful Mess. I'll play you guys a short snippet here, all right?
Did you get that at Target?
I sure did.
I shop at Target too. I love Target. All right, go ahead.
Line me up, pull me down, out of love, just in my head now, on retreat, filled your void, underneath, gave me no choice, let's put it to rest, so let's live, it's a beautiful mess.
Yeah. Hey, Tyler. I hate to do this, but in 10 seconds they're gonna kick me off.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna start a new one right away, and you're gonna come back on.
All right, no problem.
They're about to kick me off. I didn't know they did this. I didn't know.
I feel like a jerk, you know? Brought Tyler Moon on. And then I had to kick him right off. I had to interrupt his song. You never do that to a bro. But here's the thing. Instagram would have done it if I didn't. It's very sad that just happened. Somebody could have warned me. You know? A little heads up. I'm just kidding. It's all my fault. I should have looked into something. If I would have done research for once in my life, maybe I would have known that. I'm the worst. I'm the worst there is. I'll see if Tyler ever wants to talk to me again, but hopefully he'll join up again. Aha, he's here.
Tyler on. That was sounding so good too. I don't know if he'll be able to repeat that performance. Oh no, he's disappeared. Oh, there he is. Tyler,
Dude, you Matt Damon to me. Are you like Jimmy Kimmel right now?
Sorry, we ran out of time for Tyler Moon. So the good news is it looks like our numbers are about where they were, so you're not missing people, which makes me happy. Thanks for coming back, everybody.
Thank you, everyone, for coming back. Really appreciate it.
I was playing on a half an hour. I had no idea this was going to go so long, but people are being very, very nice and asking questions. And then we got Lindsey Stirling on. It was great. And now we got Tyler Moon on. It's great. And so good news, Tyler. You can play for a full hour now. So fill it up. Go ahead. I'll be here for an hour. You just play your whole concert.
Well, I played that song. That's the single that came out last month.
Okay.
I've got another song coming out later this month.
Okay.
I'll give you guys a snippet of that. This one is called "Take Me Back." It should be coming out in about 3 weeks. Here we go. So it goes. I've lost it all before. It doesn't get easier every time I come up short. All I've left behind, I'd hold you one more time. If only now here you were, like days when you were mine. But now I'm back on the road, with a suitcase carrying my load. And the sinners they come, praying for my falling. These vultures I surrender my soul. So I lay my head down by the river, listen for the call. Save my soul and be delivered to your open arms. Won't you please take me back? Darling, please take me back.
Dude.
I was afraid you guys were going to cut me off again, man. You guys cut me off again.
Oh, man. What's that song called again?
That one is called "Take Me Back." It's going to be
Take Me Back. And that comes out when?
May 22nd, Friday. If you guys want, follow me on Spotify, Tyler Moon. I'm also on Apple Music. That first song I played earlier should be on there.
Yeah, it's out.
All right.
I heard it. I know that for sure. Your Instagram's Tyler Moon LA, right?
Right? Tyler Moon LA, guys.
It's like Tyler Moon, Louisiana. That's what you mean, right?
That might be my next stop, man. I'm in LA right now, but we'll see.
Fun fact, actually, Tyler, as soon as I moved away from LA, he moved into the same property I lived on. We both lived on these little guest houses for this residence, and he lives in the same place I live. Pretty weird.
Yeah, in a sense, I just moved right into your place.
Yeah,
nice.
He's just following. He'll be in Nashville in no time. I know that for sure.
Just one step behind.
Yeah. What you guys been up to? You guys doing anything fun this weekend?
Just this, man. This is the most
This
fun
is
I've had
it?
all week.
This is your weekend? I'm so sorry, man. Oh. Just little ways.
It is little ways. You know, I did learn it just in case, but you know, you played it earlier, so I don't want to play the same song.
I don't want you to play it either because you'll make my version look horrible.
I don't believe that.
I don't want you to contrast. Give us just a little bit. Just a little bit of your
I
version.
will say, technically, this is a second show now because we did cut off the first show there.
That's
So,
true. Well, I didn't. We didn't. Instagram did. Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg was responsible for that, not me.
I think he wanted to hear Little Ways a second time, maybe.
I think he might have. Let's hear just a little bit of it.
I'll play a little bit. It's a war if you know where to look. See the babe, but you won't see the hook. There's a time when we almost decide who's in charge of a neat, humble life. And I could change the world, even if somebody's richer than you. And I could change the world, even if somebody's quicker to take my hand and don't let go. Don't show that fear on your face, 'cause you and I could change the world in all the little ways.
Dude, that's the version right there. When I first heard Tyler sing that, because that's the song I had already, and he sang it, I got like goosebumps. I still get goosebumps. So good, man. That's just your voice. So well. I love it.
Thank you, thank you.
Although I think that was a half step down there. If you next time, go ahead.
Okay.
Full.
Oh. Way to call me out.
That's what I do, man. You're getting a lot of claps. Here you go. That's what everybody's doing for you.
Wow.
From Brazil and Russia and Uruguay.
Claps
And
always sound the same.
yeah. Oh, here, how about this one? More like a golf clap, you know?
I appreciate that. It's a respectful clap.
This is a great app. I love it. I downloaded it right before I got it, and I think it's added a lot to this live stream. Honestly, I think it's probably really elevated it to pretty high levels, if you ask me. Tyler Moon, LA, Tyler Moon on Spotify. A couple songs out there. One song out there, about to be another one. Good friend.
Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it, man.
I miss you, Tyler. Come on to Nashville. You'll do well here. Can't wait till you're out here. It's going to be great.
It may happen. It may happen soon. We'll see.
Me and my wife's, our whole goal is to just take all of our favorite people from LA and just transplant them. So, you know, you're one of the many great friends that we have that we want to have out to Nashville.
Appreciate that. Head out there and go country. Why not?
You don't have to go country. Lots of music around here. And you're kind of almost country anyways. You got like an Americana kind of vibe.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, I think I fit right in.
Just because I'm going country don't mean you got to go country. You know what I mean, man? You don't got to go country. You can do what you like. It's up to you. Do you. All right, buddy. Good to see you. Thanks for coming on. Sorry I cut you off. That was actually planned.
I will never
I'm just
forget.
not a nice person. I was like, I'm going to bring him on with 1 minute to go.
Never forget, everyone. Never forget.
Never. What I just showed my true colors. Yellow. All right, buddy. I'll see you later.
All right, bud. See you.
Thanks
See
for coming
you,
on. Bye. Yeah, I was tired of the moon. I mean, it still is Tyler Moon, but he's just not on the thing. My hair's doing all right. It's been kind of long. Nobody else can get a haircut, but I just kind of did the messy thing. You know, I did the Drew Steen, where you just go nuts and use as much product as you can and then just let it fly. I like that. Check out Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. There's a lot of things I need to do in Tennessee I haven't gotten to do yet. So I'm probably going to wrap up pretty soon. So if you guys have any last questions, feel free to kind of bring them on. Kid, I see your wife is a fellow triathlete like me. She's never done an Ironman like you. She probably never will, just being honest. She's fantastic, but I don't know if she's going to be committed to the Ironman. It takes a special kind of person. Well done. Good for you. What's the story behind Nothing Subtle and Seen? Do you mean just the title, or do you mean the full album? The title, Nothing Subtle and Seen, is I don't take myself very seriously, and I sing with kind of like a character in mind. And so and Scene was kind of like you finish it, and Nothing Subtle was because I never did anything really subtle. I would just kind of like go full bore with whatever production I was doing. So yeah, that's where that came from. What's your favorite Beatles song? In the end, the one that makes me cry the most often, yes, I said it, cry. I cry to the Beatles. I need help. I don't know where it is. It would be A Day in the Life. Oh man, that song's so good. I read the news today, oh boy, about a lucky man who made the grade. Didn't know the news was not sad. Well, I just had to laugh. Come on, it doesn't get better than that. What's your favorite pump up song? So I listen to like, when I go on runs, I listen to like Simon and Garfunkel. Like, hello, darkness, my old friends. And I'm like, yeah, I love the poetry of it all. I get all juiced and excited. Adina came at the very end, but I'm glad you came. Good to see you. I love Adina. Adina, Lindsey's manager, good friend of mine. I'll always remember something she did for me, which was we played the Beacon Theater in New York. And the next day, a little guy named Ringo Starr played the same thing, played the same venue. And Adina was somehow wrangled up me and Drew some seats, and we got to see Ringo play the same stage that we just played. It's the coolest thing in my life. How are you and your wife hanging in right now? We're fine, ordinary Graham. We're good, as good as you can be. Better than better because we have each other. Oh, I think I have it on here. Let's see. Oh no, not that one. Not that one. I thought there was like I don't know. It was this one. Yeah. They labeled it O. Come on. Hi, Dina. You like 60s music? I love 1960s music. The Doors were also a huge thing for me because I learned how to play. I played like two hands. So like the Doors, their keyboardist was their bass player. So I had to learn how to keep a bass line going while talking or playing. Yeah, without the mistakes, something like that. Let's see where else we got. I will never. Oh, the Bacon Theater. Yeah, it is kind of like the Bacon Theater. Let's see. Have I missed any questions? How do you typically start writing a song? Oh, good one. Depends. If I'm writing kind of more in the country style, which is a little more lyric heavy, I generally start with the lyrics. A lot on tour, actually. I'll write lyrics all the time on tour. With Moonlit Kit kind of stuff, I generally find a track, just a groove or a feel that I like, and then find some chords and go with it. And then I just start riffing some sort of vocal melody. Which, by the way, when you're writing in a dressing room, which I did quite a bit with this Moonlit Kit stuff, it is incredibly embarrassing to try to find melodies when everybody else is hearing only your voice. Especially since you're not really trying to sing, you're just trying to find notes. So you have headphones on so you can hear the track. Nobody else can hear the track. All they hear is like, they made fun of me a lot, and that's okay because I make fun of people a lot because I think people who love each other make fun of each other. And that's okay, as long as you know it's out of a place of love, which it was. It's still embarrassing, and it was hard to get over that, but I did my best. I still want to be quiet, or like in hotel room stuff, I don't want to yell. I'm a yeller, and so, yeah. Anyway, so that's how I do that. Oh, the 80s fitness video. I kept that shirt because, hey, a good workout shirt's a good workout shirt. I just wore that yesterday on my run. I thought about that. But that was Lindsey's idea, like most good things. Of course I love Joni Mitchell. How did I meet Lindsey? So me and Drew have a fellow friend we talked about earlier, if you were here, named Kevin. And when they needed a keyboard player, Drew called Kevin. Kevin recommended me, and so I always have Kevin to thank for my change in life, basically. And Drew was so cool. He, you know, it was that time he wasn't, you know, necessarily getting anything extra for this, but he would come over and help me suss out which keyboard parts, because I was learning from a Yahoo like taped music video on YouTube. That's how I learned the set, literally. I had to just go in and I had to try to pick out what exactly Gabi was playing and try to replicate that the best I could in 3 days. Whew! That was scary. That was scary. But everybody was so cool, and Drew was so cool to do that. It was really awesome. Hi, Momo. Is that Shauna from Olive Garden? Oh my gosh, Shauna, how are you? What's your fave venue? Oh, I mean, the standard answer is like, in America at least, would be Red Rocks, because it's just so cool. I mean, you're playing just like in amongst these boulders, and it's just so iconic, you know? So I'm just going to do a couple more if you guys got any. You guys got any? Otherwise, I'm going to just have to start saying my thank yous. I did not expect to hold on to even just a few people. I know I don't get the thousands of people that a lot of you watch, so I really appreciate you coming in. I know the reason you probably know me is because of Lindsey Stirling. You're a big fan of Lindsey, and then you come support me as well, which I really, really appreciate. It means a lot to me. What's your favorite snacks? Lately I've been on a quesadilla kick. I make quesadillas at night, just straight up cheese and tortilla and sour cream and salsa. And I've eaten a lot of them, like too many, probably. Like some shirts don't fit anymore kind of thing, you know. Play a little man in the mirror. I don't remember that one, Monique. It's been a long time. What have you learned the most in this time? I haven't learned too much, except that I've been, I don't know. You could say a lot of, I don't know, politically correct answers. I look at things with more of a fun filter on. If I can, I try not to take things too seriously, but, you know, on a serious note, you get to see a lot of the best of humanity in these times. And you can look for both. There's a lot of bad in humanity at this time as well, but there's a lot more good. And so you just read all the wonderfulness that humans are doing for other humans right now. What's your philosophy of life? You think I have a philosophy of life? Come on. Look at me. I'm just floating along. My philosophy is just don't take anything too seriously. That's how I've gotten by. It's gotten me in trouble sometimes, but it's also worked for me. I'm not a big fan of feeling angry, and I don't very often. So, same with the cheese quesadillas. Yeah, make yourself a dang quesadilla. You like Elton John music? Of course. Come on. Oh, gee, baby, LA lady, seems for the man. He is the man. He's absolutely one of the reasons I play piano. So, do you know Spanish words? See? What do you love about Switzerland? Switzerland is, so a lot of my family's in Western Colorado, and there's some areas that kind of look a little bit like Switzerland. They call it like the Switzerland of the U.S. That terrain of Switzerland, so green, so mountainous, so grand, I love with all my heart. I would love to live in a place like that one day. If you live there, you should consider yourself very lucky. That's awesome. How long have you been playing piano? 25 years. I don't mind. I'm 34. I don't hide my age. I look good. Just barely some wrinkles. I earned these. What's the air velocity of a song? Again, idiot. Don't ask real questions. How can I be cool like you? You already are. Favorite Billy Joel song? I might get in trouble for this. I'm not a huge Billy Joel fan. I know. Boo me. Is there a boo on here? Let's see. Where'd it go? Let's see. Boo. Yeah. I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan. No, I don't ski. Sterling is incredible, but you're very nice to the rest of us. Thank you so much, Ordinary Graham. All right, I think it's about time for me to wrap up. I know. I don't know. I just don't love much of Billy Joel. His first album was great, but then he kind of lost me a little bit. But, and yeah, pineapples can go on pizza just fine. Put some ham on there. There's nothing wrong with that. a pizza can be just about anything. I'm not. There's so much you can do with bread and sauce. You know, it won't be maybe like Domino's, although Domino's puts pineapple. You can do anything. Tyler Moon's crying because I think it's because I kicked him off. He's probably not gonna forgive me for that. I lost a friend today. It's horrible. But, all right. Thank you very, 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 very much. Appreciate all the support. I'm just a little indie guy who doesn't do very well promoting myself on Instagram. So anytime you can promote what I do to others and spread it around, it means the world to me, and I really appreciate it. And I'll maybe try to do another one of these if you have any more questions. And yeah, I don't know. Hit me up anytime. I'm just sitting around. So really appreciate it. Thank you very much, y'all. Bye-bye.